So when you were playing a dead guy, that was improv because you could fart or you might not fart.
I could fart. I could not fart. But
But-
either way, I'm dead inside. See why I forced the mic there?
It's Tuesday, and I'm Uncle Timmy Bounce Back, the name dropper. We've got so much to talk about today. I am with Nick Swardson, comedian, actor, and writer. I want to thank State Social House. I got Chad,
service.
LJ. I got Kat here. Joe's here. This is great. I'm really pumped. The name of the show, you guys know, it's Name Drop. And there's a lot of name dropping that happens in Hollywood. I equivalent it to the blue check mark on Instagram.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? Have you
Yes,
ever heard
of
the
course.
word equivalent?
I'm sorry, have I heard the word day drinking? Yes, they're two of my favorite words.
Okay. There we have it. I'm pumped to have you. First of all, I love you as a friend.
You're one of my good friends.
You're an immense talent, and maybe, if not the funniest, you're top, I don't know, it's got to be top 2 funniest people that I actually know.
Beyond David Spade. Like another level. David Spade, God bless him. We love him. We pray for him every day. He is America's favorite lawn gnome. God bless him. We pray every day. So anyway, yes, I'm funnier than David Spade.
I'm already thinking of clipping that out. Like, that's perfect.
Oh, sign up for it.
He's driving by right now watching us.
Yeah, no, David's one of my best friends. So my favorite thing about you, besides drinking, is football. And we fucking freak out, yes or no? Do we freak out every fucking time? Tim will bet a fucking ping pong game in fucking Qatar. He will put 50 grand on it, and it is insanity. And he will watch it. He'll watch the TV like it is the end of days.
I'll learn the language if I have to.
You will fucking subscribe to it on every level.
All right, so we're passionate. We have to get right into this. I'm an Eagles fan, right?
Shocker.
You're a Minnesota Vikings fan. We have to talk about it. It's the purple elephant in the room. Did the Giants just get hot, or were the Vikings overrated?
Put the camera on this face right now.
Oh, there's 3 of them. Okay, here we fucking go.
Here we fucking go. Yes, football is so sports, people that don't watch sports, I don't understand.
Yeah.
Sports controls my life. So I tailor everything about my life. So this is one of my favorite things. I don't know if I told you this. My sister, bless her, sweetheart, she goes, I'm getting married. Second marriage, key detail. And I go, what date? She goes, September 14th. And I go, oh, that's the Vikings-Packers game. And she goes, oh, okay. Well, I'm getting married in Spain. And I'm like, okay, well, here's the deal. You're going to get a divorce, and I'm going to the Vikings-Packers game so I don't miss them. And the Vikings are going to win, and so you're fucked. So she got married in Spain, September 14th. I went to the fucking Vikings-Packers game.
Right.
Vikings won. She got a divorce.
Hello! Oh!
Game on, guard.
2 for 2, 0 for 2, huh?
Yep.
I know who leads the charge in that family.
Yep. Game on, Wayne.
Oh my God.
But I missed my sister's wedding to not miss a Vikings-Packers game.
It's amazing.
Because I will fucking never do that.
Yeah, I mean,
You go to every Vikings Packer game
I try as much as I can, yeah.
in both Lambeau and.
No, I've never been to Lambeau.
Yeah, me either.
I feel like my skin would burn. Or
Yeah.
something.
For sure. I feel that. I get that. How'd you feel about the Dome back in the day?
The Metrodome?
Yeah, the Metrodome. R.I.P. the Dome.
It was like a love-hate with the Metrodome.
Right.
So I don't know if you ever heard about that.
I know.
Hubert Humphrey. Day drink. Palooza. Edit that out. Hubert H. Humphrey Metrodome was the best. But the stairs were just concrete and horrifying. So
and
when
the wind tunnel.
The wind
to
tunnel
go
was
out.
horrific.
Yes.
So it was just trying to carry you down concrete
Yep.
stairs. It was like we basically played at Alcatraz.
And then the Dome collapsed.
Well,
That's
the
great.
USC original stadium is pretty bad too. I mean, they're
The Coliseum?
yeah, it's inverted. You can actually see
Oh,
holes.
the Coliseum's a nightmare.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Well, that's because they did like money laundering with the renovations there.
take
You
it
know,
easy,
right?
Too
take it
soon,
easy,
too soon.
take it easy, cat. Just
Edit
take
that
it
out,
easy.
Edit that out.
Beep, beep,
Coming in hot.
beep. All right,
It's a
all right.
fact.
I gotta have a real question here, right? Do you think my beloved Philadelphia Eagles have a chance to make it to the Super Bowl and win? Truth,
I think they do for sure. I mean, they're a great team.
they are.
I would say
Get a mic
Chad,
on.
the
Get a mic on,
The
Chad.
Giants could be a sleeper pick. If Hurts gets hurt, no pun intended, but like if
Pun
the,
intended.
the Giants, but Daniel Jones looked like fucking Elway on fucking ayahuasca against the Vikings.
Well, you guys
Elway,
had a
like,
hard
what is
time
this
with
guy
them last time,
doing?
too.
Well, it's because of Saquon Barkley opened up the whole game to make that so Dave Brown could run. That was the whole thing.
Well,
And
yeah,
he
of
was
course.
never good, and it was the sickest. Either was Saquon. How the hell are you guys gonna know that these guys are gonna come out like that?
Yeah,
It was
but
horrible.
Chad,
I know it's the worst.
Chad,
I'm a Jet
Bar-
fan. See what I'm saying?
What'd you just say?
I'm a Jet fan.
Edit that out. Edit that out.
This is good. I see the theme here.
We understand hurt. We understand hurt.
You guys got a ring though.
Yeah.
Here's the thing that I fucking hate
Yeah.
about football. Here's what I fucking hate is when teams go like, "Oh, dude, we're having a shit season." I'm like, "You have a fucking ring." The Vikings have no rings. Lions have no rings. Browns have no rings. These teams have no rings. So when people go like, I have friends who are Pats fans. They're like, "Yeah, fucking Swardson. That fucking Pats, they shit the bed this year." I'm like, you guys have like 40 rings. How many fucking rings do you want? Are you the Lord of the Rings?
And
What are you fucking an alcoholic golem? What the fuck are you doing?
That's
I
Terry
wasn't alive
Bradshaw.
for that.
Wow,
I
a legend.
wasn't alive for our ring, though. You know.
Minnesota has the biggest
That's
drought
fine, though,
in
Chad.
championships.
What?
Minnesota's the biggest drought in championships as like a state.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm fucking saying.
Right.
What am I
So we have a
disagreeing with you? It's a fucking nightmare.
You've been suffering, dude. The only ring you have is suffering.
It's a suffer ring.
It's
Thank
a
you.
suffer
We'll be
ring.
right back with more for Tim Bader. And it's fucking nonsense. Day drink believer and
Okay, hold on. Why do you think that? Because Knicks, right? They are a complete team. We're coming off a long layoff. We have what, 17
I think
days?
that's the problem. The layoff.
No, we needed it. We need Lane Johnson.
Layoffs hurt teams. It's like,
Well,
you
if
need
you're a
to-
well-oiled
you need to
machine
play.
and it's a layoff, this is like we were injury. Listen, when you're on the sideline and watching your team lose games, you're hungry to get out there. If you're winning and then you have a bye week, then you get a little cocky. The Eagles are fucking hungry right now, dude. Hungry like the wolf.
I think that the San Francisco 49ers are hungry, and I think that the Cowboys are hungry. So if the Cowboys get past the Giants, I think the Eagles have a problem. The Eagles should be rooting for the Giants.
Wait, the Giants and Eagles are playing Saturday night.
They're all hungry.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is starving?
Oh, you got the Giants?
Why do I
you're
sound like
better off
Seinfeld?
against the Giants.
Yeah,
You guys are
Saturday
better off against
night,
the
dude.
Giants.
Chad,
That sucks.
I will take the microdosing or the edibles you're on right now.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that. Playing the fucking Giants.
San Francisco. All right, well, anyway.
San Francisco plays Dallas then, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's going to be
Okay, all right, I'm
bonkers.
back.
Yeah.
I'm
All
That-
these games are going to be great.
It's going to be a great
I'm
weekend.
such a football fan that I'm like, I'm on board for all of it.
I'm
Even
going.
though we're out, it actually is a stress relief for me. Right,
Mhm.
like I go back on tour, nickswartson.net.
I have to be honest. He was kind of. You were like, dude,
I knew it was coming.
I'm a Vikings fan. It's like this is the writing's on the wall. It could
I just
happen.
knew it was like,
I kind of feel that way a little bit too. But do I?
No, you don't. You're like unbelievably confident.
Vikings do have those.
you guys are way ahead of the game in terms of like, Giants are coming in hot,
Mhm.
but if Hurts is healthy, I mean, like you guys are.
I feel like San Francisco smokes Dallas, and I feel like the Eagles smoke the Giants.
I don't think they smoked the Giants because they beat them twice already this year. So the 3-0, that's a hard thing to do.
Yeah,
against
but
professional
Gardner
Yeah,
Minshew.
Debbie Downer.
Right? No, wait. Who? She's sus, dude.
As you can tell, I'm rooting for the Giants over the Eagles.
All right. Anyway,
Did you
we
see
got to
it in my
get to the.
voice?
We got to get to the. Like, listen. I have to ask you some
Diarrhea.
questions. Checkmate. Checkmate. All right, Swarty, come on. You're a kid from Minnesota.
Okay.
Oh, gosh.
At what point in your life did you say, "I want to be in entertainment"? Like, what happened? What transpired? You obviously love sports. You probably played sports. Like, and I mean, comedy. Just give us a quick.
Okay. Here we go, Tim. The most cliche question on the fucking planet. Here we go.
Let's go.
Nick, how'd you get into entertainment? Well,
There I was. Start with there I was.
I started here on this podcast. No, I met David Spade on Grindr.
Softballs. No. You told me you met Spade at an airport somewhere, right? What was that airport that Spade hangs out on?
What are you making up? No, so I realized, long story short, I couldn't do anything. So in high school, I was like, I can't do anything. Like, I just fucking fail at shit. So I started comedy to get my grades up. So I started theater. So I took theater because I'm like, oh, I can get an A just acting or whatever the fuck. And my theater teacher, Jan Mandel, God bless, she's the best. She was like, no, there's something more to this. Like you're connected to like what you're doing. And I'm like, what do you mean? And she's like, well, I just said that. And I go, okay, let me light this joint up and just fucking see how this plays out. So I did. I just committed to acting and like started stand up. And I started stand up. Acme Comedy Company in Minneapolis, the best.
Where'd you go to high
And
school?
my anniversary, wait, hold on. My anniversary is coming up February 12th, 1996.
Dude.
I dropped on the scene. Thank you, Acme.
Prince is right. Wait, Prince.
God bless Prince.
Well, hold on. That I did not
He
know.
opened for me.
I know this. I know this. It was Tom Petty, Prince, and then you. Well, you studied that. I didn't know that. Like, if you study theater, like that means like that's.
Well, so I started theater and then did improv. So I did theater to improv. So improv was the scariest to me, and theater was scary because I always kept laughing. So like when you do like I did dramatic plays.
Hello, Jimmy Fallon.
Yes, exactly. So I did Our Town, and there was a scene where I had to be in the cemetery and I had to be a dead body. So I'm just sitting on a stool. So the third act of Our Town is a cemetery. So picture
I know where
this
this is
fucking
going.
idiot. So I was just like, oh God, what if I fart? And then I started laughing at what if I farted. So now I'm laughing at what if I didn't fart. But I'm laughing at the thought of if I did fart.
The potential
And
fart.
I'm just a dead body in a cemetery with a fucking tombstone. And I'm like, what if I was just like, and I was like, then I started laughing.
Cue the snare drum. Boop.
Yes. Yes. What? That snare drum? What kind of drum is that? That ain't a real drum. That's our friend Norm Macdonald. I channel him sometimes.
Oh, it's coming. Don't worry.
So anyway, I did theater and then improv. And then stand-up was easy to me because I was like, not easy, but it was like, I could prepare what I was going to say. You know what I mean? So like improv, you don't know what's going to happen. In theater, you were just constricted. Stand-up, I was just like, it made me so happy.
So when you were playing a dead guy, that was improv because you could fart or you might not fart.
I could fart. I could not fart. But either way, I'm dead inside. See why I worked the mic there? I didn't do it too long.
Professional.
You learned that in theater.
Yeah.
So anyway, one of my favorite things, our friend Norm Macdonald,
Okay, here it
who
comes.
we love so much.
I love, adore.
I got fucking blackout drunk over the holidays and texted Norm because I was so sad because we love him so much.
But you know Norm's passed.
I did.
Okay.
That's what's even better. I was like, hey, Norm, what are you up to? But I was just in the fucking sadness. You know, when you lose somebody, everybody out there, you lose somebody and you fucking like, oh, I don't want them to be gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
know.
still be here.
I did it once too, but it was like early. Like I just,
Well, you fucking tried to get money from him.
Well, he-
You were like, hey, you owe me fucking Fly Eagles. You owe me 50 grand. Norm's ghost is like, yeah, right? Yeah, boo. Boo. I'm a dead body. What more do you want from me? Yeah, I fucking beat her.
Norm, you owe me $9,000.
Hey, this is ghost money. I got to fucking pay you in ghost money?
I called you Monday. You didn't pick up, so I thought we were square.
What's going on here?
All right.
All right, so my
Here we go.
one of my favorite things.
I'm not
So
going to
many
get anything done.
So many Norm things I love.
I know where it goes.
This is my favorite quote of all time. I love Norm so much. We both do. The last time I saw him, it was a festival in San Diego. I headlined Friday. Norm headlined Saturday. Spade did Sunday. Boring. So Friday and Saturday were the hot dates. So anyway, I stayed for Saturday. And I stay with Norm. I'm backstage with him. He's about to go on stage. His friend Kirk Fox, friend of mine, opener for Norm. Great comic. Kirk Fox, I love you. So he's bringing him on. Norm turns to me and he goes, hey, Swarty. And I go, yeah, what's up? And he goes, the only thing I'm good at, I hate. And then Kirk was like, Norm Macdonald. Like, right before he goes on. He's just like, he had so much anxiety. He was just like, the only thing I'm good at, I hate.
Ladies and gentlemen, Norm Macdonald.
Ladies and gentlemen, Norm Macdonald.
All right. When did you get out to LA? Just tell me. How
I
old
was
were
brought out by Bob Menery. Bob Menery, let's go. Here we go, Bob Menery.
We are skipping all over the place.
Nope, I'm taking all
Did you
this
look
on.
at my notes? Did
Bob
you?
is a good friend of ours, and we love Bob.
Do we?
Did you hear about Vegas and Bob and this one? It was bad.
Bob. No, we love Bob.
Well, tell them what you
I
said.
came out to LA from New York.
All right. So when did you leave? Like, when did you leave Minnesota and go, fuck it, I'm all
I left Minnesota at age 19.
for entertainment. I'm all in.
I was like pot committed. I signed with a manager. He was like, let's go, New York.
But it was stand-up comedy. That was what you were into. That's what I'm doing.
No, it's
Stand-up.
ballet. What the fuck?
No.
Yeah, I was Barishnikov. I was the next generation of ballet dancing.
Well, you are an actor and a writer and a producer.
Yeah, it was stand-up comedy.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a valid question, though, Tim. I'm sorry.
No, I love it.
I'm not sorry. You fucking ass.
I didn't.
Fly, Eagles. That's all he's fucking thinking about 24/7. That's all
Fucking cheesesteaks, chicken and cheese, cuz.
He's like, whoa.
Fucking drink water.
Dude, that fucking Giants-Eagles game is going to be like, ding, ding, ding. Haymakers. No one's surviving that fucking game. It's going to be a fucking
At
Haymaker
night? Yeah, hell no.
Palooza.
It's gonna
That's
be
a
a
new
nightmare.
football festival. Haymaker Palooza. I mean, good lord.
Wait, so hold on. You have a manager and you're in New York at 19 and stand-up. How did you
Yes.
get a fucking manager?
Because I did the Aspen Comedy Festival for HBO.
Where Chris Farley was, right?
Where Chris, I first met Spade. One of my favorite first Spade quotes is, I was with my manager, Dave Becky, at the time.
Okay.
And David Spade.
But go back to Dave Becky. How did he find you? He found you in Minnesota?
So I won a contest in Minnesota to
Okay.
be on the HBO Comedy Festival.
I did not know this. Okay.
HBO Comedy Festival in Aspen. So I won a contest. So all these managers were like, who the fuck is this kid that's 19 out of Minnesota? He's now going to the HBO Comedy Festival.
Which was huge. Bill Maher said it was one of the
Huge.
one of the most fun comedy
It
festivals.
was insane.
Yeah.
It was insane. So I was just a child, 19, and I fucking go. I get picked. So all these managers are calling my house in Minnesota, my mom's house. I'm a fucking 19-year-old. And my mom be like, hey, how are ya? Yeah, what's going on? So, yeah, who are you? Oh, you're calling for Nicholas? Oh, you manage Chris Rack? I would say Rack, like super. Chris Rack. So then he flew in and signed me. But anyway, long story short, that's where I met David and Farley and everybody.
Yeah.
But that's what started everything.
Yeah.
So then his best advice was my manager, Dave. He's like, you got to move to New York. Don't move to LA right away. Move to New York. If you want to be a stand-up, you got to cut your teeth.
Really?
So I'm like, okay. So I
love
did.
that. I love that
Yeah.
advice. It's wild.
No, it was the best, but it was really grinding because I like slept on my friend's couch. I had no money. I just was like doing it. But that's where I met Greg Giraldo. That's where I met like so many people. My roommate was Zach Galifianakis. So I had Zach's apartment. He gave it to me. It was like fucking ridiculous.
You grew up pretty fast, too. I think the School of Hard Knocks. New York
Oh, you
stand-up
grew up
comedy. Are you
quick.
fucking kidding me?
Oh, that's the best part. My favorite thing is my first tape from New York was at Caroline's Comedy Club, which I love Caroline so much. I owe them everything. But they put me on stage for the first time and they made a tape. And it's the most Minnesota, New York tape you've ever seen. So I'm in Times Square. Chad, you're going to relate to this,
Yes.
motherfucker.
I love Caroline's too, right there.
You
It's
fucking
the
love it.
best.
So I go on stage and I go, literally, and I'll find the tape and I'll send it to the show at some point. It's me on stage, Times Square, Caroline's.
Moves.
And I go, 19 years old. I go, hey, how are ya? So, you guys, who here owns a cat? And the crowd's like, who the fuck is this asshole? I'm like, No, I'm not. I'm from Minnesota. Yeah, cold bite. Everyone's like, get the fuck off the stage. So I got booed off.
Breaking news. Manscaped now sells beard products. That's right. It's safe to say it's 2023 and the beard is here to stay. They once again have revolutionized men's grooming with the brand new Beard Hedger Pro Kit. From a beard trim to a fresh shave, the technology behind the Beard Hedger Pro Kit allows you to shape your signature beard fresh shave look. Now you can finally use Manscaped products to make your drapes match your carpet by going to manscaped.com and using the name drop code. That's right, name drop. Insert that code. You're going to get 20% off and free shipping. Let's get right into this. I love it. I've been manscaping since puberty, since I've had hair. I love a clean, sheen body. This thing's amazing for a couple of reasons. One, it's waterproof. It means you could do it in the shower. I rather do it in the sink. I like to look in the mirror and all that stuff, but that's amazing. You can wash it off. Two, it's got one guard. It's got one guard with 20 lengths. I don't know if you can see this, but you can adjust it. The best thing about this is you don't have 20 guards all over your drawers and in your bathroom and stuff like that. It's the worst. It's the worst. Now, if you're really going to groom your beard, your facial hair is different than the hair on your head. It's more coarse, which can cause ingrown hairs. And for me, my girlfriend's going to go crazy. Right now, like my hair's kind of soft. But if I rub up against her cheek, she's like, oh my God, it's too much. So you have the beard shampoo and you have the beard conditioner. I love them because it's going to preserve the actual oils and nutrients in your beard because it's different than your hair. Then you have the beard balm. This is great because it can tame your beard. And you guys know when there's humidity with hair, it can play all kind of funny, but it also gets rid of the dryness. It kind of keeps the moisture in the beard. Then we have the beard oil. That's what's going to really protect your skin because I can't stand zits or ingrown hairs when I get them on my beard. It drives me nuts. Oh, and the most obvious thing is it's cordless. Like this is a fantastic kit. I mean, you got this if you're traveling, it's a little travel kit. I'm so fired up for this. It's like Christmas came late for me. I love manscaped.com. So get 20% off, free shipping with the code NAMEDROP at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com. And use the code NAMEDROP. Manscaped Beard Hedger, one stroke, one guard, 20 lengths.
So it was amazing. But
That's a learning experience.
Oh, it was amazing.
Now this is a big question.
I got booed off a lot.
Okay, well I gotta ask this question. Norm used to love getting booed off. He would steer into the fire.
Well, he would go for it.
Right, but did you did it affect you?
No, I didn't want to fucking bomb. I was horrified. Nobody wants a bomb. Only Norm was like, yeah, I'm gonna just do whatever I want. So I would do gigs at like colleges and shit, and they would go like, hey, Norm Macdonald just here. I'm like, okay, how'd that go? And they're like, horrible. They're like, he just went into like Norm world and was like, yeah, fucking yeah, I'm gonna tell the longest joke ever. He was just like, that's what I love about him.
What about his joke with Bob Saget at the roast where he's like, Bob, you're different than any other comedian in Hollywood because you're always rooting for other comedians. Bob, you have the face of a flower, cauliflower. I mean, they booed him. It was unreal.
Yeah,
it was the greatest. Well, listen, I love that's an honest answer because I mean, if I played in a band, if you had a bad show, I would fucking beat myself up. I hated it, but I didn't know with the comedians like Bill Burr steered into the fire in Philly. It's like legendary.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was
yeah,
awesome.
Bill's amazing.
Like, but that's a good thing. Well, the interesting thing is I always ask, at what point was there a person in your life that propelled you to the next level? And I feel like it's your manager. That's pretty sage advice. Don't go to LA yet. Cut your teeth.
That was
in
great
New York.
advice. Yeah.
And I feel like that guy was a catalyst to get into you, like where you could actually look yourself in the mirror and go, fuck it, I'm doing it. I'm in. Like, this is fucking real. Like,
it was great advice. And also, he fired me. So,
How long were you together before?
like a month.
Really?
Well, no, like after that was like 6 months. So, the other people that gave me that advice, Kevin Nealon and Judy Gold. Both two of my favorite comedians. Lucky to have them as friends. Brilliant. They were both like going to New York before LA. But it was so intimidating, but it was so beautiful. Like,
But what about the transition from stand-up comedian to now I can act?
I already did that. I acted before that.
But I mean, when did it happen? I understand. I understand. But you told Hey, no. Rewind the tapes. You were like, dude, I'm full-fledged.
Was this a Bruder film?
I'm 19 and I'm all in as a stand-up. So, like, were you like, I can do both? Or were you like, fuck it, stand-up's not working. Maybe I'll do the acting thing. Like, you know, I maybe phrased the question wrong.
No, you did. But I'll save it. So yeah, so I started acting. So like when I started theater, like that was more comfortable for me than improv and then stand up. So like it wasn't hard for me to like transition into acting. But I was pot committed
To stand up. Pun intended.
I'm just trying to just Bader relate. Pot committed. I pushed all my chips in. And so I was just like, yeah, I'm going to be an actor. So I left New York and went to LA.
Got it. Did you book anything in New York as an actor? Or was that strictly?
I did like some stuff, but nothing major.
So then you went out with an open mind, like, fuck it, I'm pot committed to stand up, but I'll fucking act.
I went out with an open mind. I'm going to bring everything back to Josie. So my favorite thing ever, which really was the biggest thing, when I moved to LA, I auditioned for Cameron Crowe for Almost Famous. So I auditioned for one of the main roles. And the casting director, Gail, is amazing. She was like, you're not right for the role. You're too old. I'm sorry, you're too young. So I was like, okay, shit. And she goes, but you have to meet Cameron Crowe. So she met me with Cameron Crowe. She brought him in. And he was like, you're not right for this. But he goes, you're funny as shit. I want you in this movie. So he created a really innocuous role. It was just like a David Bowie fan. But it made the trailer. But it kept me going. Like when I moved to Hollywood, I was like, oh, Cameron Crowe is validating me as a kid. He's like, no, you've got it. And I just, it carried me. So like I owe Cameron Crowe fucking everything.
And he loves the replacements.
And he loves the replacement.
Full circle.
And who else does he love? I don't know, Pearl Jam? I'm going harder. One of my favorite moments of my life ever. I do a show in Seattle, opening for Sandler. Eddie Vedder comes to the show. Eddie Vedder comes backstage. He goes, hey, man, who the fuck are you? And I go, I'm Nick. I was on stage. He goes, I know. He goes, you're so fucking great. He's like, that was awesome. And I'm like, do you want to smoke a cigarette? And he's like, yeah. So I smoked a cigarette. I was so happy. And he was been so kind to me. If Eddie Vedder ever sees us, he won't. But no, I'm kidding. Eddie Vedder sees us.
He's going to see it. I'm going to make sure he sees it.
No, but I was always so
I'm going to make sure he sees it.
We love Eddie Vedder.
I love Eddie Vedder.
Tim, you love Eddie Vedder.
I skipped my junior prom.
Uh-oh.
Saw Pearl Jam on like maybe their third date on 10 tour, right? And I was on the stage, jumped off the stage. He did the whole even flow thing and then jumped on the crowd. So yeah, I love Pearl Jam.
Here's my favorite thing about Tim. There's many things. Here's the thing where it's like, if I go to a concert, I'm like, do I invite Tim? Is he going to do a fucking wrecking ball into the fucking crowd? We don't know with Tim.
No,
That's what makes him brilliant.
I loved crowd
He's a
surfing.
Wild card.
And I love
David Spade,
moshing.
I know what's going to happen. David Spade, I invited him to a concert. He's going to be in bed by 9. We're going to go to Van Halen. He'll have some hot tea. He'll have a thimble of Jack Daniels. Then he'll go back to his fucking... He'll go back to his Keebler Elf Castle. He's going to kill me for all this. David, I'm sorry. I'm joking.
Who's your favorite band right now? Because you've been really pumping up one band, and it's a
I
polarizing.
go back and forth. Here's what I'll.
It's a
fucking say.
polarizing band. I'm just saying.
Name it.
Coldplay.
Coldplay, my fucking favorite. I will stand by that. Cancel me. Let's go.
You're super into
Cancel me.
I love Coldplay.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I love
Coldplay
Coldplay.
I've seen them live. I love them so much.
Fantastic.
Okay. Follow-up bands that I do love just as much. I do love Coldplay more than anything. But I'll digress on this.
Here we go.
I love Kings of Leon. Phenomenal favorite band.
We need a story about
Killers.
them.
The Killers, I love. And then Cypress Hill, I love. And then
We love Prince.
yeah, we love Prince. That's a given. All these bands are still going.
Got it.
Praise Prince. He's the best. Here's my favorite thing about Prince. Many things. Here's the thing that I love. The song Darling Nikki, which my first album was Purple Rain when I was a kid. I fucking worship Purple Rain, worship Prince. His song Darling Nikki, and I'm paraphrasing this because I've day drank. When
What is
he
that?
goes- no, when Darling Nikki comes on, it's a song I think about stripper. I don't know. I'm gonna sing. But he goes, he shoved a magazine up her vagina. I'm paraphrasing again. That's but
Good.
it's like
Cut. What? Roll back. No, go ahead.
so it's like it's Darling Nikki. You know the song?
Yeah.
Met
of
a
course.
girl named
Nikki,
Nikki.
I guess you could do she
Says
was
it, and she's like,
Sing it, Chad.
a magazine or vagina. I'm
Masturbating
fucking 9 years
to the
old. I'm like,
Yeah.
put a magazine in pussy. What the fuck?
My name's Nikki.
Okay, you have to have
My
a
name's
Prince
Nicky
story, right?
he wrote this for me.
I did not write the song. I love it.
He wrote it. Nick
love
Swardson,
Prince.
ghostwriter. He's a
But
ghostwriter
it's
for
funny to
Prince.
think about it as a child. You like listen, like you're like, oh yeah, you put a magazine in vagina.
I
And
loved.
I did it to my mom.
Nick,
No,
you have to have a
kidding,
Prince story,
kidding.
right? Like every Minnesota person has a Prince story.
Oh yeah,
What's your Prince story? What's like your most famous
I
Prince story?
met Prince once.
That's it. Okay.
Once. Worshipped him my whole life. Still
Was he
do.
levitating?
Yeah, he floated away to the Eagles game. He was like, "Fly, Eagles, fly." Where's Tim Bader? Tim's like, "Where is it? Is he going to fucking Santa Anita? Oh my god! Hey Prince, come to Santa Anita! Yeah! Fucking dumb butt.
I can't take it.
Too late. Anyway, Roy. So Prince is not an Eagles fan, but yeah. So I met him in Vegas. It was very briefly, but it was at a friend's concert, and I was in the upstairs area, and I'm like drunk, obviously. So I'm like, oh shit, and then I see Prince on my periph. So I see him walking in. I hate those things. Peripheral. I hate when people. Whatever, edit that out.
219, man. 612.
So Prince rolls in. I'm like, immediate panic attack. And I've said this before. There's many panic attacks I've had meeting people that I just can't process meeting them. So like Snoop Dogg, Brad Pitt, I can't. It just scares me. So Prince walks in. I'm like, doesn't acknowledge me, which is fine. Why the fuck would he know me? But I was just so excited because I fucking love Prince so much. So I was like, and he just walked past me and went into like a booth and like closed the curtains. And I was like, yeah, fuck yeah. And then I was like, should I just like go in there? No, I did not do that. I was like, I'm just going to let Prince just be Prince, as he should be at all times. Please be Prince. He was with Kirk Cousins. No, I'm kidding. Is this thing on? We came in like a fart. So yeah, so I just saw him briefly, but I was so excited. It's just great seeing him.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Kirk Cousins.
Duh.
Nope.
How do you feel about Kirk Cousins? I said it there.
You just dropped that away from me. As you looked away, you dropped that. You looked at her and you dropped.
I
the
look.
Kirk Cousins thing.
I have an eye
Kirk
problem.
Cousins, God bless him. I mean, let's see how this plays out. But if I were to fire anybody, it would be Tim Bader. See what I did there? I came in like a.
I've been canceled.
God bless Kirk Cousins, but go away, please. Our coaches are more shit, actually.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Our coaches are shit toilet diarrhea.
Mm-hmm.
No, like food poisoning diarrhea. Have you ever had oysters after a month where they're left on your windowsill? That's the Vikings defensive coordinator and offensive. All of our coaches are food poisoning month-old oysters in a windowsill. It looks like David Spade's headshot. David's gonna cancel me. David, don't cancel me.
He's been driving back and forth. I'm waiting for him to come
in Uber.
Is he
No,
actually gonna watch this?
he's got a Chevy Volt moving back and forth.
Oh, it's potty. David's going potty.
All right, you've answered so many things. So stand-ups, is stand-up the most effortless thing, or is acting the most effortless thing? I mean,
they're so different. It's like, so.
what about writing? Writing, I think, is impossible. And I also know that, like,
What, writing?
yeah, writing anything is so hard.
Writing your bar
Songs.
tab? Writing your bar tab is impossible too.
the impossible burger.
I mean, good Lord.
Well, come on, you've danced the dance long enough. Like, what's the easiest for you? What's the most comfortable? What do you like? I mean, come on.
That's a valid question. They're so different because running a script, you have to, unless you're under contract, you have to like force yourself to write. It's so much easier to watch fucking games and fucking drink,
Oh, really?
which I prefer. Yeah, I know, Tim. You're my sponsor.
I've been doing it for 20 years.
Failing.
I've been retired.
By the way, Tim is also David Spade's sponsor. David is not doing well, Gypsy. So yeah, writing a script is hard as shit. But stand-up is, the thing about stand-up that I love is like, you can go on like I can go on stage any night and be like, I've got new jokes, but you have to try new jokes. It's really stressful.
What's the whole thing about specials? You told me something the other day. You were like, when you do a special, whether it be for HBO or Netflix or whatever, it just kind of poisons your set because
Well, you're done with it. So it's like, why is
Chad,
that,
that's for you. It's definitely for Chad. Chad, is that for you?
Well, edit this out because I'm not going to talk over a phone. I'm not fucking ET. Hey, Chad, ET, phone home.
I told you.
So
There's always one phone call. It has to happen.
That's fine. No, but so the point being is writing stand-up is immediate. So writing a movie, they're all hard as shit, but it's like writing stand-up, you can like try a joke out that night. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So like I could think of a joke tonight and be like, oh, okay, let me go on stage and try it. A movie, you have to write it, you have to edit it. It's like
And rewrite it.
two years.
It. Yeah.
I don't rewrite shit.
Ah, you kidding me? I heard you were one of the best.
No. I'm the best.
I mean,
weird
dude,
concept.
honestly, I've heard, and I heard that like,
No, but I know how to write a movie. Like I've done it.
yeah.
But it's also like you have to wait. It doesn't matter.
Are they
You
coming
have to
for me
wait.
or you? Are they coming for me or you right now? This right here, you or me?
Chad. Bye, Chad. Chad, what did you do?
He let the phone ring. See you later, Chad.
Who let the phones out? Who let the
Who
phones
let
out?
the phones out? Chad?
Uh-oh.
There's your
It's
Uber.
David Spade because he's old.
Jesus
David's going to
Christ.
Cedars.
This is a David Spade roast. It's unbelievable.
I mean, I came in like a wrecking. No, I love David.
Now,
very much.
here's a crazy
here's
thing.
a disclaimer.
Okay, I can't
We
wait.
love David Spade very much.
Oh, I love him.
Congrats on all your sitcoms.
Oh my God, you're the worst. Here's what blows me away. Bruce Springsteen writes Born the Run, and it will play for eternity, forever.
Eternity's a long time.
And people love it.
Words
But dude,
mean
when you
things.
land a super joke, it loses its punch, is what you're kind of telling me, because once you know it. I mean, Eddie Murphy Raw, I watched probably a bazillion times. Like, I did watch it, but I'm understanding what you're saying. Like, once you see the wizard, reveal himself, like, okay, I know the joke. Makes, I think, stand-up probably the hardest. I mean, maybe writing movies is the hardest, and then stand-up. Music, if you get one song, you can tour for the rest of your life. You might be touring like carnivals and
State
stuff.
fairs. And
Yeah, maybe, but I mean, I
By the
like
way,
Cheap
I'll
Trick.
headline
I
a
like
Ferris
Cheap
wheel.
Trick. I like
Headline
Cheap
a
Trick.
Ferris wheel right now. Sign me up to any Ferris wheel in the country.
You hear this guy?
Let's go.
Do you hear this guy?
It's amazing.
Wait, sorry, I cut you off.
No. It's okay.
Not
You're on the
sorry.
Ferris wheel. No, I always try to think what is the most difficult. I think that stand up and writing
Well, it depends on the person.
and editing are the hardest three things. I think
You think
acting's
through your stand-up-
fairly easy, unless you're Ray
I would,
Fiennes.
say, and I would agree with you on this because we both do music. I always am jealous of like bands where I'm like, oh, like they could just tour this act. Like as a stand-up, all you want to do is write a new act, not like David Spade.
Oh
But
my
like,
God. I mean,
I'm gonna
dude,
pile on.
this
dude.
is
Okay,
pulverizing.
David, I'm kidding. You're a great stand-up, and I mean that sincerely.
He's walking in. I know.
So,
this.
anyways, we would see him. There'd be like,
Oh my God. Oh my God, dude.
just edit all of Spade's shit out. Joking. Replace it with Shiner. So, so here's the deal. As a stand-up, you're pressured to write like a new act, which is fine. You know what I mean? Like, and I've talked to, again, I'm digressing. I talk to Spade about this all the time. It's like, you've got to like keep it fresh. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of pressure. So with bands that I love and worship, they come to see like the classics,
Yeah.
but it's like, as a stand-up, like some people will yell out old jokes, but like you want to be the freshest, you know, like you've got to like keep churning out bits and like have a new act.
I feel like I
So
know.
it's a lot more stressful. Long story short, sorry.
No, it is. But I also feel like I know the craziest thing that I heard is certain comedians will sell jokes. And Kevin Nealon brought this up. And he's like, have you ever sold a joke to somebody? And then you feel like, man, in that very moment, you're like, this joke suits you better as a comedian. And then
Yeah,
that
100%.
and then that comedian crushes it. And then you're, as the writer, going, fuck, I should have kept that joke.
No, but it depends on who it is. So one of my old friends was Mitch Hedberg. Mitch Hedberg,
Best.
legendary,
So funny.
phenomenal comedian, friend of mine. So I pitched him a joke. So I go, hey, Mitch. He goes, yeah, what's up? And I go, hey, I have this joke. I have my cat. He has diarrhea. I've been feeding him diarrhea. And wait, sorry. I butchered my own joke. Edit this out.
Day drinking.
It's fine. Here we go. Edit
Reset.
that out. So I pitched Mitch this joke, and I go, hey, I have a cat, and he has diarrhea. I took him to the doctor. Doctor's like, what have you been feeding him? And I go, diarrhea. And I was like, stupid joke.
Not the worst joke.
So I pitched it to Mitch. Wait.
I've heard worse.
So I pitched it to Mitch, and I remember Mitch in the green room, Acme Comedy Company, one of the best clubs ever.
Boom.
So no, it's amazing.
Acme.
So I pitched it to Mitch, and he goes, "Oh man, yeah, that's a good joke. You just take it." So I couldn't tell if Mitch was like, "Yeah, fuck it, this joke sucks," but he was like, "Nah, man, you take it." So that was like a great moment.
But it's a thing. I mean, you've sold jokes. You've never bought jokes. I know that for a fact.
I've never
Bought a joke
I
ever.
mean,
I don't think so.
I took one joke from my friend Pat. One of the rarest occasions. My friend Patrick Keene, phenomenal comedian. He's great. And he pitched me this joke, and he goes, "It doesn't work with me." He goes, "I think you could pull this off." And I go, "Okay, what joke?" And he goes, "The baby suicide." And I go,
It's right up your alley. I get
I
it.
go,
He's a genius.
Wait. I go, that joke is phenomenal. And he goes, "You can have it." And I go, "I'll take it." I go, "How much do you want for it?" He goes, $500. I'm like, done. Get $500. That's the only joke I've ever bought. And it's one of my favorites. Do you know it or no?
No.
My audience doesn't.
Chad, do you know it?
Do I? Do not. I'm excited.
Well, here we go. Well. So he goes, my friend Pat is doing this. He goes,
I'm listening.
yeah, you know what is not funny? Suicide. Especially when it happens to babies. He goes, my baby just committed suicide. He goes, ran out of bath, put it in the bathtub, went outside to smoke a cigarette, came back out. The baby had drowned himself. No note. Just a selfish act by this baby. And I was like, yep. It's so good. But he used to bomb that. I mean, I'm sure people out there are like, I'm sure I'm canceled. Fucking, I don't care. But it was like one of my favorite jokes. I'm like, it's such a brilliant observation.
And on that note, Nick, I love you.
Hey, I'm back on tour. NickSwartsonShirts.com, NickSwartson.net, Chad.org, TimBader.gov. Fuck you. Skull Vikings, Kirk Cousins, Trainwreck.asshole.
Hey.
Boo. Anyway, God bless all the football teams. Tim, we
No,
finally did it.
Nope, I have to say something. You're not, it's going to get mushy. I love you.
Oh
I really,
so
really appreciate you coming on this podcast. These are Minnesota natives. They're fired up. You
love
were
them
very generous with your time, very funny, and that matters to me.
I love you very much.
I love you back.
Keep
And
this on camera. I love Tim very much. He's one of my oldest and best friends. I love him for days. I love you. Thank you for having me.
signing off, name drop.